Let me ask you something. What's stronger, facts or fire, logic or conviction, a man with books stacked to the ceiling, or a man with a voice that shakes your soul? You think truth comes down to who talks louder, who talks longer, who wins the crowd? No, the real debate isn't on a stage. It's in your chest every damn day, and the only question that matters is this: are you winning, or are you lying to yourself? You ever notice how when people argue about truth, they're not really arguing about truth? They're arguing about ego. Think about that. One guy comes in with a mountain of research, a library stacked behind him, footnotes dripping from his lips like bullets. The other guy walks in with lived experience, with fire in his voice, with conviction that rattles your bones. And the audience sits there like a jury, not even sure what they're looking for: truth or entertainment, proof or persuasion. And that's the game, right? Who wins? The guy who's more right, or the guy who makes you feel more right? That's the problem with debates. You think it's about answers, but it's really about weapons, facts versus passion, logic versus lived struggle. And it doesn't matter who's technically right, because if your heart doesn't buy it, your mind won't either. Ever had that? Someone gives you all the data, lays it all out, and you nod, but deep down you're like, nah, doesn't land, doesn't move me. Meanwhile, someone else says one line, just one, and it hits you so hard you can't sleep that night. That's the difference, that's the war, and people are obsessed with who won the debate, who destroyed who crushed, who humiliated, who looked dumb, who looked smart. But ask yourself, why are you so hungry for that? Why do you need a winner? Because deep down, you're not watching to learn. You're watching to escape your own damn battles. You're sitting there thinking, man, if only I could argue like that. If only I had those comebacks. If only I could silence my boss, my parents, my friends, my demons, the way that Guy silenced his opponent. That's what it is. We want warriors because we're tired of feeling like peasants in our own heads. And let's be real, most people don't want truth. They want comfort dressed up as truth. They want a side to cheer for so they don't have to stand alone. You ever stand alone with your own doubts? It's brutal. It's silence so loud it echoes. And when you've got nothing but your own reflection staring back, you realize that truth is ugly. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your traditions. It doesn't care about your comfort zone. Truth is like a cold shower in winter. You hate it, but it wakes you up. But here's the kicker: the debate isn't out there, it's in here. Every morning, every damn morning, when your alarm goes off, when your fears whisper, when your insecurities crawl into your skin, that's the real debate. Discipline versus distraction. Faith versus doubt. Courage versus comfort, and you already know which side's been winning lately. You know, don't lie to yourself. You know what you're capable of, and you know what you've been doing, and the gap between those two things. That's the war zone, that's the shame, that's the late night anxiety that makes you scroll your phone till 3 a.m. That's the weight you feel in your chest when you know you're wasting your life. And you want someone else to win a debate so you can feel like you're winning. No, man, that's a scam. That's a distraction. You've got to win the debate inside first. Think about it. Fear steps up with a microphone every single day, says, sit down, you're not ready, you're too weak, you'll embarrass yourself. And on the other side, possibility whispers, barely whispers of maybe you could be more. And you hand the mic to fear every time, and then you wonder why you feel stuck. You want to know who wins between the scholar and the firebrand, between the man of research and the man of conviction. Neither wins. The one who wins is the person who walks away from that debate and actually changes their life. The guy who says, damn, I need to stop lying to myself. The woman who says, enough, I'm tired of carrying excuses like jewelry. That's who wins, not the guy on stage, the guy in the mirror. But you don't want that, do you? You want it easy. You want life to hand you clarity like a PowerPoint slide. You want someone to spoon feed you certainty. You want a preacher, a guru, a scientist, a philosopher, anybody but you to do the work. And that's why you lose, because you outsource your war. Nobody's coming to fight for you. Nobody's going to crawl inside your brain and silence those voices for you. That's on you. That's on your discipline. That's on your hunger. That's on how bad you want to wake up from the coma you call a routine. Let me tell you something about struggle. Pain is the greatest teacher you'll ever have, but it's also the one class you keep skipping. You run from it, numb it, drown it, scroll it away, but pain's the only thing that forces you to evolve. You break a bone. It grows back stronger. You break a heart. You learn who you really are. You break your ego. You become free. But if you keep ducking the lessons, you stay weak. And weak people love debates because it makes them feel strong without lifting anything heavy. But you're not weak, are you? Not really. Deep down you know you've got something savage in you. Something untapped, something feral that hates mediocrity, but you've buried it under comfort, you've smothered it with convenience, you've sold it out for likes, for validation, for temporary dopamine hits. And that savage inside you is screaming, begging to be unleashed, but it's muffled by your excuses. Here's the thing, the truth doesn't need you to defend it. The truth stands whether you clap or not. Whether you agree or not, the truth is undefeated. The only one who needs defending is you, against your own laziness, against your own fear, against your own surrender. That's the only battle worth obsessing over. So stop asking who won, start asking, did I win today? Did I win against my own weakness? Did I win against my own distraction? Did I silence the voice that told me to quit? Because that's the only scoreboard that matters. That's the only debate that's real, and don't tell me you don't have time. Don't tell me you're tired. Don't tell me life's unfair. You're not the first human to suffer. You're not the first to bleed. You're not the first to carry weight you didn't ask for. The question isn't whether it's hard. The question is whether you're harder. So I'll leave you with this. You want a winner? Fine. You want the verdict. Here it is. The one who wins is the one who refuses to stay the same. The one who uses pain as fuel. The one who holds themselves accountable even when nobody's watching. The one who shuts up and does the work. That's who wins, and you can be that today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready today, right now. The mic is in your hand. What are you going to do with it? Most people, they drop it, they freeze, they wait for someone else to speak first. That's how life slips through your fingers. Waiting for the right time, waiting for the right plan, waiting for someone to validate you, to clap for you, to tell you, yes, now you're ready. And let me break it to you. You're never gonna feel ready. You're never gonna wake up one morning with the universe sending you a text message saying, today is the day. That's a fantasy. That's the lie you've been rocking yourself to sleep with. You know what readiness actually is. It's action, it's chaos, it's walking into the storm without a map. Readiness is deciding you'll figure it out while you're bleeding, and that's why so many people lose. They keep waiting for clarity instead of building it. You build clarity through fire, through failure, through the reps of falling and standing, falling and standing, falling again and standing faster. Think about the first time you touched something hot as a kid. Nobody explained physics to you. Nobody gave you a research paper on heat conduction. You touched it. You burned. You learned. That's truth. That's growth. And that's exactly how life still teaches you, through scars. But now you avoid the stove, you avoid the flame, you avoid everything that could leave a mark, and then you wonder why you're numb. Let me tell you this, your scars are your resume. They're proof you've been in the arena. They're proof you've lived. The guy with clean skin, he's not winning, he's hiding. He's an untested blade, and a blade that's never been tested in fire. That's not a weapon, that's decoration. So ask yourself, are you living as a weapon? Or a decoration, and don't twist my words. I'm not saying go out and chase drama, chase pain, chase enemies just to prove you're tough. No, I'm saying stop running from the natural pain of becoming who you're supposed to be. Stop running from discipline, from sweat, from failure, from loneliness, from the heavy silence of working when nobody cares. That's the pain that builds you. That's the pain that carves you into something people can't ignore. But here's where it gets ugly. We've built a culture where distraction is worshipped. You get rewarded for escape. You get dopamine every time you avoid the hard thing. You scroll, you binge, you numb. And the world claps for you with likes and notifications. And meanwhile, your potential is rotting in a dark corner like food you left out overnight. And then you sit there debating who won the argument, like that's going to change the fact that you're losing your own war. The truth, the guy who wins is the guy who does, always. Action silences arguments. Action ends debates. You can talk theory all day, but the guy who gets up and lifts, the guy who studies, the guy who builds, the guy who risks, that guy wins. And everybody else becomes a commentator, and trust me, you don't want to die a commentator. You don't want your life to be a highlight reel of what other people did while you sat on the sidelines yelling facts or gotcha. So here's a question. What side are you on? Are you a player, or are you an audience member who confuses spectating with living? I'll give you an example. Imagine two men. One spends years memorizing arguments, memorizing evidence, memorizing lines. He becomes sharp, surgical, untouchable in debate. He can cut anyone down with logic. He wins every crowd. The other man, he doesn't care about applause. He doesn't debate much, but he wakes up at dawn. He disciplines his body. He sharpens his mind. He builds his soul. He lives what he believes. Now ask yourself, when the lights turn off, when the cameras are gone, when there's no crowd to cheer, who's the stronger man? The one with rehearsed comebacks, or the one who lives his truth when nobody's watching? That's what I'm telling you. Debate is entertainment. Discipline is victory, and you listening right now, you've been entertaining yourself with debate in your own head. All the reasons why you can't, all the excuses you recite like scripture, all the fears you've turned into philosophy. You've become a damn lawyer for your own weakness. Every time you argue with yourself, weakness wins because you're its best defense attorney. You lay out the case. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have support. I don't have energy. And then you slam the gavel and declare yourself guilty of being ordinary. Enough. Fire that lawyer. Stop defending your excuses. Start prosecuting them. Start cross-examining every lie you tell yourself. I don't have time. Really? How many hours did you scroll today? How many hours did you waste replaying fake conversations in your head? I don't have money. Really? How much did you blow on things that numb you? I don't have energy. Really? Or are you just drained because you pour your life into nonsense instead of purpose? You don't lack time, money, or energy. You lack honesty. That's the real shortage. Honesty with yourself. And let me tell you, that's the scariest debate you'll ever face. The one with yourself, stripped naked of excuses. No crowd, no opponent, no clapping audience. Just you in the mirror saying, all right, enough lies. Who are you really? And that silence after. That's the real heavyweight fight. But if you fight it, if you don't run, if you don't tap out, you change. You stop needing to prove yourself in petty debates. You stop needing validation. You stop needing to escape. Because you've already won where it matters, inside, and once you win inside, everything outside bends. Now, some of you are hearing this and nodding, but deep down you're scared. You're thinking, what if I try and fail? What if I give everything and I still don't make it? Let me crush that thought right now. Failure doesn't exist. There's only information. There's only feedback. There's only scars teaching you how to swing sharper next time. The only real failure is not showing up. The only real loss is quitting before you even step in the ring. So let me ask you, when are you going to step in? Not next year. Not when you've got more money, more support, more confidence. When? Because time is running whether you move or not. And one day, you're going to run out of tomorrows. You think death is going to wait for you to get your life together. No, death's undefeated. It comes when it wants. And on that day, all your debates, all your excuses, all your distractions, they're irrelevant. The only question will be, did you fight? Did you bleed? Did you push? Did you live? And I want you to live so loud that when death comes, it finds you empty, finds you drained, finds you spent, because you left nothing unused. That's victory, that's winning, not applause, not arguments, not debates, action, discipline, truth. So yeah, the scholar can win, the fiery speaker can win, but the only win that matters is the one you carve with your own hands, your own blood, your own relentless refusal to stay the same. That's the verdict, that's the truth, and now, the mic is still in your hand, still hot, still waiting, and the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?